Hi everyone, it's me, Cynthia, and I'm here to do a live tap along, chat and tap along. And I've invited one of my close friends, and she is my accountability partner in the tapping world. It's Eileen Yelovich. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you did. Yes,
Okay. So
perfect.
it's a real laid back session. It's not formal. We just wanted to do a nice casual but much needed tap along, and I have invited Eileen to start. She's going to start it, and then we're just going to kind of go back and forth. But she's going to start the beginning of it. So I'm going to turn it over to her right now. So over to you, Eileen, and I'm going to let you take over.
Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia, and thank you for including me in this tap along. Um, we don't know where it's going to go because we don't know what it's going to bring up. And as we know in tapping, we just work with whatever comes up. And today we'd like to focus a little bit on the subject of suicide prevention. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tap a little bit on some of the aspects that could come up for anyone, and they can tap along with us. So,
Sounds good. I was just making sure I was turning off my notifications.
oh,
So sound
okay.
good? Okay.
All right. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start on this karate chop.
You want to real quick? You want to let's get a number.
Okay.
So
So,
everyone,
if you,
yeah, go ahead.
so when we start tapping, we always check in with ourselves to see how triggered we are in the moment. So, for all of us tapping along, and on a scale from 0 to 10, 0 meaning there's no stress, no reaction at all. 10 being it's pretty off the chart. When you think about thoughts that come up associated to suicide, and the vast majority that it has affected us and how deeply we all know somebody who has been touched by this very, very sad um, event. And so when you think of it, what would be your number, your what we call suds, from 0 to 10? How distressing is that thought for you, Cynthia?
Oh, hmm. So earlier it was like a nine. I'm saying right now it's probably about a seven
Okay.
because we've been talking for a little while
Okay.
and we tapped a little bit. So it's
Okay.
at a seven right now.
Okay, so let's take that 7 and we're going to work with it. Okay. And so we're going to start on the karate chop as we've been tapping.
And you can rotate them. It doesn't matter.
Right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which side of the face. You don't have to do it on both sides of the face. And usually, what I will just say is just you're tapping. You're not tapping real hard. You want to feel it, but you don't want to do something. You're not going to get results if you're not stimulating the meridian points enough. But you don't want to hurt yourself. So you're just going to tap here on the karate chop and follow along and basically do what I do and just follow along with me. Okay. Even though
Even though
I have all these thoughts caught up in my head,
I have all of these thoughts caught up in my head,
and they often bring me to a very dark place.
and they often bring me to a very dark place.
I'm even in that dark place right now.
I'm even in that dark place right now.
I deeply
I deeply
and completely
and completely
love,
love,
accept,
accept,
and forgive myself.
and forgive myself.
Even though my thoughts swirl
Even though my thoughts swirl
and get caught up in feelings of unworthiness
and get caught up in feelings of unworthiness
and powerlessness.
and powerlessness.
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love,
love,
accept,
accept,
and forgive myself.
and forgive myself.
Even though I can't turn off my thoughts,
Even though I cannot turn off my thoughts,
and I often get stuck in a feeling of hopelessness,
and I often get stuck in a feeling of hopelessness,
I'm okay right now.
I'm okay right now,
And I deeply
and I deeply
and completely
and completely
love,
love,
accept,
accept,
and forgive myself.
and forgive myself,
And forgive anyone else
and forgive anyone else
that has contributed
that has contributed
to my feelings.
to my feelings,
My thoughts,
my thoughts,
my racing thoughts.
my racing thoughts.
My racing thoughts just overwhelm me.
My racing thoughts just overwhelm me,
And I don't know what to do.
and I don't know what to do.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know where to go
I don't know where to go
to feel safe.
to feel safe.
I don't feel safe.
I don't feel safe.
My thoughts overwhelm me.
My thoughts overwhelm me,
And sometimes they scare me.
and sometimes they scare me.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know where to go.
I don't know where to go.
These thoughts of mine,
These thoughts of mine,
I can't sort through them.
I can't sort through them.
I'm not worthy of any other thoughts than the ones I'm currently having.
I'm not worthy of any other thoughts other than the ones that I'm having.
These crazy thoughts,
These crazy thoughts,
these sad thoughts,
these sad thoughts,
and feelings of helplessness,
and feelings of helplessness,
hopelessness,
hopelessness,
and feeling fear.
and feeling fear.
So take a breath. I'd like you to breathe very slowly in through your nose, slowly down into the belly, and breathe out through the nose. Let's take a few breaths like that, slowly into the belly and slowly out your nose. Very slowly. As you're doing this breath, I want you to observe the feelings you're having in your body. And I want you to observe any thoughts that come up for you. So has anything come up for you, Cynthia?
Well, yeah, I mean, the same thoughts that have been coming up for me since this morning, and it's like um, a sense of scarcity that keeps, seeping into my mindset, which, I've worked so diligently on but um, but I forgive myself for it, so I'm like, I'm aware of it, but I can tell that, it's like when I was a child, it's that protective mechanism that's kicking in and, making me fearful.
This sense of fear.
This sense of fear.
I'm making sense of it,
I'm making sense of it.
but somehow it's connected to a feeling of scarcity.
Somehow it's connected to a feeling of scarcity.
So this scarcity and fear
This scarcity and fear
becomes overwhelming
becomes overwhelming
because my thoughts just keep going over them and over them.
because my thoughts keep going over and over them.
Scarcity
Scarcity
and fear.
and fear.
The connection,
The connection.
scarcity and fear.
Scarcity and fear.
I fear that scarcity will prevail.
I fear that scarcity will prevail,
But I'm working through it little by little.
I'm working through it little by little.
My thoughts,
My thoughts.
easing my thoughts.
Easing my thoughts.
The reality is
The reality is
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
I'm okay right now.
I'm okay right now.
And there is no scarcity for me at the moment.
And there is no scarcity for me at the moment.
Embracing the moment,
Embracing the moment.
finding acceptance and peace.
Finding acceptance and peace.
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 Take another breath in through the nose, very slowly down to the diaphragm, and out through the nose very slowly, quieting down everything. And if you reflect back on what's coming up, when you reflect on what's coming up for you now, if we look at that 7 that you would put on your anxiety related to thinking about today's subject, and where are you at right now?
I think I'm probably at about a 2. I'm probably at a 2, like a 3 or a 2,
Okay.
because I started thinking about the stories part of it. So through tapping with you and then thinking, I'm attaching to these stories, you know, then it puts perspective in my mind, and kind of that calms me down too. Is like you tapping with me calms me down, but then also acknowledging that I'm attaching to stories from my past that are no longer stories in my present, and and I don't need to keep being emotionally attached to these. It's almost like, you know unresolved stuff, but at the same
Right.
time it's also like there's something in me now that wants to be heard, and maybe I'm just using these things that are coming up for attention,
And
and then I can give that to myself.
yes, yes. And as you were just expressing, when we learn to connect the dots and have a different understanding
Perspective.
and perspective, that often is the shift
Yeah.
that is needed. And tapping helps bring this all to the surface. It bubbles to the surface.
And it's why
But
connection is
often,
so important.
right, often though, there's more and more and more to uncover. So just because you're at a 2 or 3 right now does not mean that more won't bubble to the surface, because it very well could. And then at that point, then we'll tap on the more items or issues or thoughts or physical feelings in the body that could come up, and then we'll tap on that.
And hence why we see each other every week.
Absolutely.
Because we
Absolutely.
have to practice what we preach. And by the way, we do not preach.
Right.
Well,
Well,
what is it? We got to walk the walk instead of
and
just
talk
talk
the
the
talk.
talk.
And talk
Yeah.
the talk. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. So on that note, so you're at this point you're feeling much better.
mhm.
We will continue to tap on more that comes up.
Mhm.
Um, but at this point, if you want to start some tapping, I will follow along with you.
Okay. So we'll just go to the top of the head.
Okay?
Even though I have these stories,
Even though I have these stories,
all of these crazy stories,
all of these crazy stories,
sometimes they're sad.
sometimes they're sad,
Sometimes they make me really angry.
sometimes they make me really angry,
Sometimes they make me resentful.
sometimes they make me resentful,
Sometimes they make me feel hopeless.
sometimes they make me feel hopeless,
Sometimes they make me feel grief.
sometimes they make me feel grief.
All of these emotions,
All of these emotions,
all of these stories,
all of these stories,
all of these movies in my head,
all of these movies in my head,
all of these snapshots,
all of these snapshots,
all of these reminders
all of these reminders
of things that don't make me feel good anymore,
of things that don't make me feel good anymore,
things that don't bring me joy anymore,
things that don't bring me joy anymore.
don't serve a purpose for me anymore.
They definitely don't serve a purpose for me anymore.
I know that my subconscious was trying to protect me.
I know that my subconscious was trying to protect me.
And I know that I can do anything,
And I know that I can do anything.
but I sometimes still fall short.
But I sometimes still fall short.
I let things get the best of me.
I let things get the best of me.
Sometimes I get really mad,
Sometimes I get really mad.
and sometimes I get really angry,
Sometimes I get really angry.
and sometimes I get really sad.
Sometimes I get really sad.
Sometimes I feel a lot of grief.
Sometimes I feel a lot of grief.
I have a lot of emotion in me.
I have a lot of emotion in me.
I mean, can you blame me?
Can you blame me?
I mean, look what I've been through.
Look what I've been through.
And look what I'm going through right now.
And look what I'm going through right now.
I know you know because you're going through it too.
I know you know because you are going through it too.
I'm being triggered.
I'm being triggered.
I'm aware that I am being triggered right now.
I'm aware I'm being triggered right now.
I am letting the emotions get the best of me
I'm letting the emotions get the best of me
and not the healthy emotions.
and not the healthy emotions.
I'm letting them get the best of me.
I'm letting them get the best of me.
I'm letting them take the driver's seat.
I'm letting them take the driver's seat.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
I'm not down with that.
I'm not down with that.
I've worked too damn hard to get where I am today.
I've worked too damn hard to get to where I am today.
I know how to harness my emotions.
I know how to harness my emotions.
I know how to take control over my energy and my emotions
I know how to take control over my energy and my emotions
and my reactions.
and my reactions.
So I need to just step right back into that driver's seat.
I need to step right back into that driver's seat.
I forgive myself.
I forgive myself.
I forgive me.
I forgive me.
I love me so much.
I love me so much.
I love me more than anybody loves me.
I love me more than anybody loves me.
I have to wake up with me.
Of course, I have to wake up with me each and
I
every
have to
day.
go I have to go to sleep with me.
I have to go to sleep with me.
I have to look in the mirror.
I have to look in the mirror.
And what do I see?
What do I see?
I see amazing me.
I see amazing me.
I see a strong, beautiful me.
I see a strong, beautiful me.
I see a caring, empathetic me.
I see a caring, empathetic me.
I see a kind, nurturing me.
I see a kind, nurturing me.
I see a wise me.
I see a wise me.
I see a graceful me.
I see a graceful me.
I see a stoic me.
I see a stoic me.
I see a funny me.
I see a funny me.
I see a joyful me.
I see a joyful me.
I see a loving me.
I see a loving me.
And most importantly, I see a forgiving me.
And most importantly, I see a forgiving me.
And I forgive me
And I forgive me
for not being perfect.
for not being perfect.
And I forgive me
And I forgive me
because being perfect is being imperfect.
being perfect is being imperfect.
I mean, we're all perfect.
We are all perfect.
I have all the resources I need.
I have all the resources I need.
I have all the support I need.
I have all the support I need.
I have options.
I have options.
And I know
I know
that anything that comes in my way,
anything that comes in my way,
I can deal with it.
I can deal with it.
I can overcome any obstacle.
I can overcome any obstacle.
Sometimes it's not always on my time,
Sometimes it's not always on my time,
but I always get through it,
but I always get through it,
or over it,
or over it,
or under it.
or under it.
And today I choose
Today I choose
to focus it enjoyably inward.
I choose to focus enjoyably inward.
I choose to focus enjoyably inward.
I choose to focus enjoyably inward.
And I ask myself
And I ask myself
over and over again today,
over and over again today,
why am I an abundance magnet?
why am I an abundance magnet?
And just watch the abundance just come to you like crazy, everyone.
And that abundance is coming to all of us like crazy.
So whenever you get like in a weird, like your mood, just switch over real fast and put in the mantra, you know, just be like, why is abundance, like, why am I attracting abundance from every direction? Why is abundance just falling out of the sky? Why am I an abundance magnet? And just keep saying that. And then you'll notice everywhere you turn, things will just start being like, it's almost like a, you know, a movie, like a, sing along.
That's great.
I mean, it is kind of corny, but it does happen.
No, it's great. It's great. I love it. So I
Yes.
will say, as we were tapping this was pretty cool. When you said looking in the mirror,
Mm,
that really triggered me. And because, the man in the mirror, that
yeah.
kind of a thing. What do we really see? And we see ourselves so differently than other people see us.
Hmm.
And sometimes we're extremely critical, not even for the physical aspects of it, but just looking deep into your soul.
Right.
Sometimes it's not it's not who we really are. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent
No,
here.
it's true because it's like that.
But so that triggered me. And then we kept tapping and kept tapping and kept tapping. And at some point after that, I had a huge release.
Oh,
It was like a,
yay.
yeah, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders.
Oh,
I
good.
felt
Because it
really
would
good.
come, it will like, it'll work with both of us now because we're on the same,
Yeah.
wavelength. Because I mean, you and I almost always are.
Absolutely.
Just like I am with Pocky, you and I think we're like a lot on the same
Right.
page.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's
Well,
cool.
I feel really good. I'd
Yeah.
have to thank you. That was a little
Well,
great.
you got it started, Chica, and
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and it just gets better as we get. For those of you who have never had a private session, it gets more. When you have a private session, it's just fun. But we there are circles, so we may post some circles coming up. Eileen and I might post some circles, and we'll let you guys know ahead of time so you can plan for it if you're interested. So circles are fun if you want to just get your feet wet and kind of get in the tapping world. And then the private sessions are amazing because you have individual, like undivided, the practitioner's undivided attention, and it's all about you. And it's just amazing what you can do in such a short period. Well, with 1 hour of someone just focusing on you.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
I agree. And
yeah.
it's great to have everything customized and tailored to exactly what your needs are
Yeah.
in the moment.
Yeah. And it
There
doesn't
might,
matter how long or how much experience you have
right.
with self development because, we've worked with people who have, PhDs and life careers, 20, 30 years plus in the industry, and they still need guidance
Right.
and a sounding board and someone who can look through some of the stuff that they can't see, like you said
Right.
earlier. So it
Exactly.
doesn't matter how much experience the person has.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because we all learn something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's
Okay,
different.
so any
Yeah.
last words? Beautiful.
No, just keep tapping. And even if you're not really sure what to do, you can have a thought in your head. You don't know what to say at the moment. You can just tap on the spots as you're thinking of something that is stressful to you, that's triggering you, and just think about it, and you will get relief from doing it
Or
and
physical pain.
tapping on the points, or
Yeah.
physical pain you can address to help release that. Just practice with it and experiment.
Yeah.
Um, and you'll
Yeah.
be surprised how powerful you are.
And we're going to have more videos, so we'll have a series. So this is just the first one. So thank you very much, but we have plenty more to come. So until next time, everyone, just keep tapping.
Yep, keep tapping. Okay.